Hey everyone, Tony George, DocSports.com, Week 7 NFL opening line report, comments, raw, candid, unfiltered, and of course, not handicapped. These are just my initial reactions to the opening lines. Things can change during the week once you get deep into handicapping these games, but we do this every week. You guys know the drill. Leave comments in the comments section. We'll filter out the porn sites that know what our demographic is, the haters, competitors are too lazy to go out and stake their own claim and get their own followers, putting links into their website, so on and so forth. So, but we'll go through them and post them if they're good. I'll interact with you. So this, as usual, is like a couple guys, drinking, in this case, a cup of coffee early on Tuesday morning. Just taking a piss over a fence post, talking about the games this upcoming week. What we call a fireside chat. Opened up the week. Here's the good news, bad news. Opened up the week Thursday with a win on the Rams and closed it with a 5-unit top play on the over in the Monday Night Football game. And what a game that was. Did you expect any less? Last week, the opening line report, I said, hey, over. Yeah. But nonetheless, wow, what a game. Buffalo goes down. 9-3, the favorites went 9-3, and straight up at 8-4 against the spread, and that means I had a bad Sunday, went 0-4. Totally transparent, tell you like it is. You're going to have bad Sundays. Didn't expect to have that bad of a Sunday, and the capper was Pittsburgh blowing it on Sunday night. Just to add salt to the wound, teased up a couple of underdogs on a teaser. The good news, so you're going to have those days, and we tell you like it is. It was a bloodbath for the books, and when the books are getting a bloodbath, that means I'm getting a bloodbath because I'm on the side of the sharps and not the public. But I think the early games, all the favorites went 7-0 against the spread. Wow. Yeah, I knew right then I was in deep doo-doo. I was even doing some in-game wagering, getting my butt handed to me. It just was not my day. Was not my day. That just tell it like it is. But nonetheless, still 6-2 with top plays. Teasers 4-2. So head above water in the NFL, but we'll get it back this week. There's some, I haven't seen all these lines. I've seen some of them. So these are just my initial reactions. You can chime in where you want to. Let's go ahead and pull up the old Don Best live odds and see what we got. All right, here we go. Thursday night game, Denver and Cleveland. Well, I had a top play on Cleveland last week. Two things happened in that game. I underestimated Arizona and how good they are, and I overestimated Cleveland. And Cleveland had some injuries during the game, especially with their running game, which is now in shambles. Quarterback position, probably in shambles. They opened up at 6-44, and now they're 3.5 and 42.5. Denver taken to the road there for that one on Thursday night after getting their butt whipped at home by the Las Vegas Raiders, which is a little bit of a surprise. I had no skin in that game, but thought Denver's defense would play better. I thought that Las Vegas would have issues with new head coach, new play caller, the whole Gruden thing. It was a tremendous win by Las Vegas, for sure. Denver started out 3-0, and now we're finding out about Denver. And Fangio is a terrible head coach. I don't know what Elway's thinking with him. 3.5 and 42.5. I could only look at the underdog and maybe the under. I've had a separated shoulder playing football in college, a Division II school, but and I had numerous shoulder issues, playing free safety but once it gets separated, it goes in and out, and it's very painful. I mean, I've got bursitis to this day and lots of problems with my shoulder because of it, but I don't know how he can play even on a non-throwing shoulder. It's just one hit, and it's excruciating. And he's already got like a torn labrum in there anyway, or a damaged labrum. It'd be interesting to see what happens there. That's kind of a wait-and-see thing, but if you like Denver, grab them early, because if it comes out that Mayfield is definitely 100% out, and this, that, and Chubb's out, and Hunt's out, I mean, that's what, 90% of their offense? Hello? So, anyway, Cincinnati, Baltimore. Baltimore 6.5, 48 was the open. 6 and 47 now. Still 6.5 at MGM. 6 everywhere else. 47 straight across the board. Dropped a point. FanDuel's got a 47.5. Look at the unders. Look at the unders in this one. Look at the unders, especially Cincinnati's. Baltimore to tease them and to pick them, maybe. Maybe Cincinnati up to plus 12. Cincinnati's playing some good football. Their schemes are a lot better this year. They're playing good football. They got playmakers. Mixon's running the ball well. Burrow's good quarterback. Got a good. I think Taylor's doing a great job, a head coach. I thought he was a good coach. I thought he was a good coordinator. He just had a lot to deal with early on, and they're kind of coming into their own now. I don't think there's a buy sign on them because they beat the piss out of Detroit. I mean, but they're playing better ball, and this is a tough spot for Baltimore. Carolina at the Giants. Carolina minus 345 was the open. Minus 343 because I like the under. Yeah, you lost some value there. 2.5 right now at win. Carolina, who I had last week that blew it against the Vikings. Giants they just got ripped by the Rams big time. I mean, boy. Carolina or nothing for me. Washington, Green Bay. Green Bay 7.5, 50 was the open. Now 9.5, 49. If you tease Green Bay down, you still got the hook on the 3. Washington just got waxed by Kansas City. If it wasn't for Kansas City having a couple of really bad turnovers in that game, it probably would have been worse. I'm not laying 9.5 with Green Bay. They look good against. They struggled against Chicago in the first half, but got it going there in the second half. And Washington just offensively is not that good. Green Bay's defense is better than you think they are. I don't want anything to do with it, but you could. I just hate laying 9.5 in the NFL. Maybe a little on the under because I don't think Washington's going to score that much. I mean, it's Green Bay and the under or nothing for me. Kansas City, Tennessee. Kansas City opened up at 3, 56.5. And it's 56.5. And Kansas City's up to 5.5. Is somebody out for Tennessee? I don't know. How's Kansas City going to stop Derrick Henry? Tennessee's got all kinds of payback in mind. They're at home. They're a buy sign on Kansas City because they beat Washington? 3/4 of the team in the league can beat Washington. Kansas City's defense still sucks. How are you going to stop Henry? How are you going to stop him? You see what Buffalo's defense did to Kansas City? Buffalo's defense couldn't stop Henry on Monday night for nothing. Tennessee, 56.5, probably over too. Something's got to be amiss there. 5 at win, 5.5 everywhere else. This has got all green arrows on it, so it's going up. Plus Tennessee in a teaser. Is somebody out for Tennessee? I don't know. I'll have to look, but initial reaction is Tennessee. Home dog of 5.5 is one of the worst numbers in the NFL to be messing with ever when it comes to the favorite. Ever. Atlanta, Miami. Miami opened up. The look ahead was 3 and 48. Now Atlanta's 2.5, 47.5. Urban Meyer sent everybody a fruit basket down at Miami on Monday after letting them beat them. Jacksonville beat them in London. Now they return home, playing an Atlanta team. They had a bye week. Atlanta 2.5, total 47.5. Probably under, if anything. Miami just train wrecked this year. I thought they'd be better than they were. They're in a downward spiral. Atlanta's nothing to write home about. Battle of uglies. You always usually want to take the dog, especially if it's at home, but I don't want anything to do with that game. Nothing. Maybe Miami in a teaser, 2-team 6-point teaser, get them at 8.5. You're through 3, 6, 7. Jets, New England. New England 7 and 43.5 was the open. Now it's 7 and 42.5. New England did everything but beat Dallas on the scoreboard last week. Very impressed. And you look at these, they played once this year. Don't quote me. I think it was like 25-7 or something like that. New England beat them up. And New England was coming off a loss in that game. They played the Jets first time around too. On the road and waxed them. New England in a teaser. -1. Was that the old loudmouth touts? Guys screaming at you in the TV commercials in the 80s and all over television on the lesser cable channels, Super Lock of the Millennium. Put grandma's bonds on it. Yeah, New England in a teaser. That's the front end of a 2-team 6-point teaser right there. Big time. Detroit and the Rams. There you go. Goff returning back to the Rams and Stafford playing the team that destroyed his career. 13.5 and 49.5 was the open. Now it's 15 and 50.5. 15. I can't lay double. I don't mess around with double digits in the NFL. They looked as bad as they've looked. Goff looks like he's completely uninterested. Stafford, I've been saying this for years, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He'd have been with any other team over the course of his career, he'd have a Super Bowl ring. With anything to work with, and he's got everything to work with. Goff is just a crappy quarterback. I mean, bad decisions, bad throws, bad turnovers. Rams ought to just... could they beat them 42-7? Yeah. Am I going to lay 15? No. First half line, Rams. There you go. Probably lay about 8. Philadelphia, Las Vegas. Vegas 2.5, 48.5 was the look ahead, and now it's 3 and 49. Vegas at home. Ooh. That's a tough call. Philly in a teaser. Philly might be able to run the ball on them too. Under 49. How many overtime games Las Vegas been in at home this year? Too many to count. Total scares me. I'd lean under, but Philly in a teaser. Chicago at Tampa Bay. Oh, gosh. 10 and 49 was a look ahead. Now it's 47, 12.5. I'd lean under. Tampa in the teaser. I'm not laying 12.5, but Chicago, just without Montgomery in there, is just a train wreck. Fields is trying to learn his way. Guys, there's some crappy games this week in terms of lines. I haven't used Tampa Bay in my Survivor either. Hello. Might be the week. Might be the week. Tampa Bay in the Survivor pick. There you go. If you haven't used them. Guaranteed winner. You think the Bears are going to go in there and beat them? Give me a break. Houston, Atlanta. Or Houston, Arizona. 14.5, 49.5, and now it's up to 18.5 and 47.5. Still Wynn still got 18. FanDuel's got 17.5. Arizona's a good football team. And the Zach Ertz in there now. You know, they're seeing what Mahomes does with Kelsey, this, that, and the other. Well, they don't utilize their tight end because they don't have one. Now they have one. Plus, they have 3 wide receivers, arguably, well, not arguably, that could be number 1 receivers at almost any other team in the NFL. And Connors can run the ball, and Murray is a rock star. And defensively, they're playing very good football. And they did all that last week without their head coach and main play caller. Kingsbury had COVID. I'm sure he'll be back this week. I'm not getting anywhere near it. I'm not getting anywhere 47.5, 18.5. Don't want anything to do with it. Nothing. Arizona's got San Francisco on deck and then Green Bay. I tweeted this out this week when I did see this line. You know, and follow me on Twitter at TGeorgeSports. I can put some extra free plays up there and blah, blah, blah. Wow. I mean, Arizona can name the score. I mean, Houston's got no quarterback play. They couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't. I mean, I had the Colts in Survivor this last week at Circa. I mean, what Taylor have running back for Colts? 148 and 3 TDs. And how many catching the ball in the backfield? You got Marlon. I mean, that's going to get ugly. I can't lay 18.5. That's like laying 30 in college football. I can't do it. Teasing it down, you're still 12.5. I mean, there's no numbers to even work with. You're betting numbers, not games. It is the NFL. What's Houston going to have to take after Cleveland and then a big game with San Fran on deck? I don't know. If you don't know, stay away from it. Indianapolis, San Francisco. San Francisco, 5.5, 44.5 was look ahead, and now it's 3.5 and 44. Colts looked good last week. Now, this is one of those reaction games. Last time you saw San Francisco, they were getting their butt kicked by Arizona, trying out Trey Lance. No running. They were using wide receivers as running backs at one point. You can't run the ball, and you got inconsistent quarterback play. Injury, health issues there. Kittle, gone. Colts, formidable running game, great offensive line, more than adequate quarterback, underdog in that one. The hook on the 3 might be the difference. Monday Night Football, that's a Sunday night game, by the way, on NBC. New Orleans, Seattle. New Orleans minus 3, 43.5, and now up to minus 5. Oh, 43.5. 5.5 at FanDuel. 4.5 at Wynn. 5 Circa, MGM, Caesars. Okay. Whew. Boy. You know, the thing, we talked about this last week. I'll talk about it again this week. I mean, Russell will, you look at the teams and how they're drafting quarterbacks out of college now. You know, Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts, the Mahomes at Kansas City, Murray at, at Arizona, Lamar Jackson, even Josh Allen, Tua down at, you want these dual threat quarterbacks. They all went that way because of the success that Russell Wilson established in Seattle. He's 80% of their offense. Geno Smith is not the answer. Just remember how great at West Virginia. Everywhere else he's been, he sucked. Makes bad decisions, turns it over. Cost him the game against Pittsburgh. At least a chance at it. Russell Wilson is the most dangerous cat in the NFL to this day. Any of those guys I mentioned, with 90 yards to go and a minute and a half left in the game, I'll take Wilson over all of them. And he's not there. I'd lean New Orleans, even though it's a bad number. It's a bad number. Let me double check that total again. $43.5. Might be a little low. That's the opening line report. Week 7, we'll have our plays out on Thursday right there at DocSports.com. Thumbs up, subscribe, all those good things. Take advantage of the free $60. Get hooked up. Yeah, we had a down week last week in the NFL. Finished on a high note, but still a down week. 100% transparent. Of all these plays that I'm looking at in here that we just talked about, I've seen a 6 and an 8 unit pick. I haven't tipped my hand, but it's going to be a good week in the NFL. Get ready for it. Catch me on the rebound, boys. Have a great week, and we'll be back up Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday with NFL free picks right here on this Doc's YouTube channel, all that good stuff.